Then I've got I tell you one thing, because they're smaller, they fit easier on the street. They actually fit easier on the board. I'm gonna get mini me cards. Now, can you imagine? God, these are small enough. Okay, so the immediate feeling I'm feeling is that there's something eating away at your brain, at your mind, eating away at your brain. Sounds like an exotic virus. There's something troubling you. Okay, these little shits are running through your brain, through your mind, and they're on like gnawing at you. There are things that are troubling you. Like, I don't know, something that you specifically asked about family and relationships. The bear's hibernating. Okay. So I feel like there's something's troubling you, and it's eating away at you. Like, you're thinking about it continuously. Now, if this is in relation to family, your subconscious is hoping for a peaceful future, for a springtime, the springtime of the soul kind of thing, a time of peace and abundance and again, you were talking about family, so that ace there that I pulled from the other pack because I wanted to is about family. So now, specifically, that you said that this is about family, possibly your mother, linked to your, this is your emotional state, but it can also be about, all of this, but you're still on the fence. You're still hibernating. You're still avoiding it, and you kind of, the fox is known to be a bit sly, so you're kind of being dishonest to yourself. That's an internal challenge. This is the external challenge. The external challenge is that it's like the death card in tarot. your your external aspect of this has already changed, and you're kind of being disingenuous. You're kind of trying to convince yourself that it isn't, that you've still got time, but things have already changed. But I think in many respects is that you have the support of your family. So what it is that is troubling you, I think, not to say that's not important, but I think you have the support of your family. So I feel like if you could share with someone, or with your family, or the people that matter to you, in terms of friends, family, for me, a family is not just blood. It's whoever is your family. You can put this all behind you. It's almost like people already know this, and they look at you. They're looking at you, and they're waiting for you to tell them. For you, it's almost like they're all waiting for you to put this behind you, so that you all can move on together. Does that make sense? Typical dysfunction. Yeah, then it's quite normal. uh, okay, well, I think that hey, magical mindfulness. Hello, how you doing? There have been disagreements and not speaking. Okay, there's the kind of the distance card, but I don't. I think it's more of a perceived thing. I don't feel like there is a like the not speaking is by choice. It's not that people have. Hold on, I'm not looking at the screen. Let me have a look, see what's going on there. Can I see? So it's not that, Cain killed his brother and no one's talking about it, because it's just you. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like it's just people had a disagreement and they've chosen not to talk. But it doesn't have to be that way. I think from both sides, it's easily put behind you. That's why I say this is something that has already happened. That can just be put behind you. There's no need to dwell on it. But it requires going back to family, going back to just going back. It almost feels like there's no hard feelings, even though you might not be talking. And remember what I said? It feels like they were waiting for you just to get over yourself, just to get over whatever it is that happened. Because it feels like the people that you see, it's eating away at your mind. Okay, those are the little shits in the grain. They've gotten into the grain barn, and they're eating away at the grain. And that's in your in your mental state. And this is troubling you more than what it actually is. Yeah, the cute little criminals eating away at the grain, destroying half of it. So does this make sense? I feel like this is time for, especially with Christmas and that coming up, putting those disagreements behind you. I'd almost hazard a guess and say that if you just went home, it'll be fine. Probably wouldn't even need to talk about it. In other words, you've been thinking about it too long. In other words, festering on it, thinking about it, playing it over and over in your brain. And I don't think it's that important in the scheme of things with your family. Yeah, I mean, this is not to say that you need to buy. Well, you do need to bite the bullet, but it's not like you have no choices and that you just have to accept everything. No, I think you can literally just go back and and just almost like nothing happened. See, then the death card. The external challenge is, I think it's they're literally waiting for you to come back. I mean, I might be mistaken, but I don't think so. See, I don't genuinely think that they are. I think it will just be one of those things that will just you'll go back and it'll be fine. You may not even need to talk about it. If you need to talk about it, definitely communicate, definitely talk about it. But that you don't even have a communications card yet. You just got putting it behind you. And I think by not doing it, or by that's, I see as a deception, as an internal challenge, is yet you are kind of not being ultimately honest with yourself. Anything else you want to ask before I move on? Then it'll be Gupta on YouTube if you're there. You're welcome. And seriously, sometimes the things are serious, but sometimes they're not as serious. And then the longer we think about it, it's kind of just the worse it seems. But it's usually just a perception. Sometimes there genuinely is a grudge or whatever, but I don't get the feeling here.